Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to the Pipe Report. So I'm pretty sick right now, so I'm not going to make this video long, but there are a few things about this riot that happened in Charleston, Virginia that we need to discuss. Because there is just so much hypocrisy here, and it needs to be addressed. So here's a New York Times article. Trump's remarks on Charlottesville's violence are criticized as insufficient. President Trump is rarely reluctant to express his opinion, but he is often seized by caution when addressing the violence and vitriol of white nationalists, neo-Nazis, and alt-right activists, some of whom are his supporters. Obama did the same exact thing, okay? Obama invited Black Lives Matters to the White House. Black Lives Matters. I heard yesterday on the news, people were tweeting that Donald Trump should say this is an act of domestic terrorism. If this is an act of domestic terrorism, then Antifa is a group of domestic terrorism. Then Black Lives Matter is a group of domestic terrorism. What happened in Charlottesville? Yes, it was wrong. 3 people died because of it. But it's no different than the actions of Black Lives Matter. It's no different than the actions of Antifa. To say Trump's not doing enough to call them out, well, if Trump would even call out Antifa or Black Lives Matter, he would be hated by those on the left. Those on the left will look at him like, you kidding me? Black Lives Matter, they're good people. I wonder what would happen if he did. So yes, it is wrong. But to say that this group is a domestic terrorist cell, but then ignore people like groups of Antifa and Black Lives Matter is complete hypocrisy. They just have to report on anything they can to make themselves feel better and to try to blame Donald Trump for the actions of others. This happened during the election as well when Donald Trump didn't, or this happened during Donald Trump's presidency. I actually have a video on this where a guy says that Donald Trump needs to denounce anti-Semitism, and the person's like, the media reporter said, well, he did, like, after a few days. Yeah, but he has to do it right away. It's like, so wait, so you're saying that Donald Trump has to basically denounce a group within 24 hours for it to actually be authentic? And if he doesn't, is because he doesn't care or because he actually supports that group and that group's vitriol and hate? I mean, there was just so much hypocrisy here. It's unreal. I'm not going to go over the article because, like I said, I'm kind of sick right now. I mean, I'll read a couple paragraphs, but after days of bombastic interactions with the news media on North Korea and the shortcomings of congressional Republicans, Mr. Trump on Saturday condemned the bloody protests in Charlottesville in what critics in both parties saw as muted, equivocal terms. During a brief and uncomfortable address to reporters at its golf resort in New Jersey, he called for an end to the violence. But he was the only national political figure to spread blame for the hatred, bigotry, and violence that resulted in the death of one person to many sides. For the most part, Republican leaders and other allies have kept quiet over several months about Trump's outbursts and angry Twitter posts, but recently they have stopped averting their gazes, and on Saturday, a handful criticized his reaction to the Charlottesville as insufficient. Mr. President, we must call evil by its name, tweeted Senator Cory Gardner, Republican from Colorado, who oversees the NRSC, a campaign arm of the Senate Republicans. These were white supremacists, and this was domestic terrorism, he had. Okay, yeah, this is what it is. This is what I'm talking about from earlier. I have to check the guy's Twitter, his tweeting feed, and see if he actually said the same thing about Black Lives Matter during the riots in Texas and stuff like that, and about Antifa. Because if he didn't, then this is nothing but hypocrisy. You can't say that one thing is bad, but then ignore the others. If this is domestic terrorism, Black Lives Matters, their actions are domestic terrorism. Other actions, like Antifa, is domestic terrorism. You can't have it just, this group is, the other groups aren't. What happened the other day, or last night, was wrong. The white supremacist riots, they were wrong. But they are no different than what I said before. Black Lives Matter and Antifa. They are no different. They are the same. It is important to address that and not cover Black Lives Matter up. Not say they're actually good people, because they're not. If you look at the actions of them, if you look at the people that died because of it, look at what they chant in the streets, you will see that they are no different. And I'm done.